Good morning guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to be going over my top 6 tips to organize a small nursery. So we are pretty much just gonna jump right into it. I'm sorry I am a mess, but I've been having contractions for the last few hours and wanted to get this video filmed and up for you guys, but didn't really feel like getting myself together, so we're just gonna go with it today. So as a lot of you guys know, this is my second baby. With my first baby, Bella was in the room with me. She didn't have her own room, so all of her stuff was in my room, and I didn't have a lot of room to organize all of her stuff, and we had gotten given so much stuff, like hand-me-downs and stuff, that she had clothes up until 2T is when I started having to buy her clothes, because there were so many people that were getting rid of baby girl clothes, and they all just decided to give them to me to help out, which was very generous. So like I said, between that and my mom did a diaper raffle at my baby shower for her, so we had up until like size 2 diapers. So it was just crazy the amount of stuff that I had to store when she was a newborn, but it was also awesome that we were set for quite a while. So my first tip is going to be folding the baby's clothes. Now this is something that I didn't do with Bella because I didn't have a set dresser for her. She only had a 3-drawer thing, and that had to be for pants and stuff. So with this baby, I decided to fold all of his clothes instead of hanging it. Even though we have plenty of closet space, I could hang all of his shirts. But it's just a lot easier to quickly fold them and put them away instead of stretching them out and putting them on a hanger when they're this little. So I just folded them like, I'll show you guys in a minute how I fold them, but these are just sleepers, and this is all newborn in this drawer. So these are all sleepers, short sleeve onesies, long sleeve onesies, and then pants in here. This way of folding them is a lot easier than traditional folding. I don't really know if that's a thing. Out with the sleeper on the floor like this. Well, actually, you should do it backwards. And then you just fold the arms in on either side so it's flush all the way down. And then you fold it up like this, however many times, to as small as you need it, and then it's very small and compact. Instead of rolling them, they don't take up as much room. You can fit more in the drawer, and you can still see everything that you have. So tip number 2 would be to, if you have room, in the sense of like an extra drawer in their dresser, it's a very good idea to take their diapers out of the box and store them in the drawer along with other stuff like wipes and, you know, like first aid stuff. When you already don't have a lot of space, having a box of diapers sitting around is not ideal. Sorry, I keep having like small contractions, but what I mean by that is, so for the top drawer in his dresser, I took out all the newborn diapers. These are not all of them from the pack. Oh, we'll get to where the rest of them are in a second. But I took out his newborn diapers out of the box and put them in here with these. There's just extra wipes in here too, along with his wash and lotion and stuff, medicine, cradle brush, or cradle cap brushes, pacifiers, butt cream, stuff like that. It just makes it a lot cleaner looking everywhere else, but also it saves you the room of having to deal with a box. On to tip number 3. This one is probably kind of obvious to some people, but some people don't think about it, about how much space it actually saves in the long run. So this is going to be putting things in bins to store. So like, for instance, his socks and mittens I put in this little basket in the drawer, and it just helps keep them confined to their own space. So then if I wanted to put maybe some more bins or organizers on this side, I could. Or like you guys saw in this drawer where his medicine was in this bin. This one is more for closet organization. I don't have a lot of bins organizing stuff in their closet right now because we don't have a lot of extra stuff. But this one is just all of his clothes that are 3 to 6 and up that we have right now. And then this is just Bella's little hair clips and stuff that I don't want to keep in the bathroom. So that's an example. I have a lot more of those bins like that in our bathroom, keeping things organized, whereas before we couldn't find anything. It was all over. We didn't have as much space because they weren't sorted. So now that everything's sorted and has its own spot, we can fit more stuff underneath there. So tip number 4 is to just it's more for when you have 2 kids sharing a room. This would work obviously if you had a very small room with only one child too. When Bella wasn't sharing this room with anyone, her stuffed animals used to just kind of be shoved in the corner in her closet. But now we put them in this corner hanger organizer. I don't know what it's called. I got it off Amazon, and it just holds all of her stuffed animals and stuff. So they don't take up room anywhere else. We're kind of using our wall space to help store things, which helps a lot in the sense of room. I don't know where I was going with that. But that's just tip number 4. Try to find something to maximize your space, especially your wall space or your vertical space instead of just your ground space. So tip number 5 is going to be pretty much using your closet as extra room space, if that makes sense. So when Bella was little, I did this with my dresser and her little storage thing because her crib and everything else was taking up too much room in the rest of my room. So now we have her toys in her closet. So they're out of the way, they can be picked up, and they're not taking up room in the rest of the room.
Hey, this is mine.
Yes, it is. You're right. And not only is using your closet as storage part of tip number 5, but also for maximizing storage space, use one of these cubicles instead of a regular toy bin, because it can be used as so many different things. You can store books in here. You can store, like, one of these we use for her shoes, so you know we don't have to have a separate shoe bin too. You know, you can put stuff on the top and use that as storage, so it kind of just comes in handy. I'm sorry, I keep cutting my face out. It just comes in handy for a lot of things other than just toys. So tip number 6, I only have one hand. Tip number 6 isn't really for the kids' bedroom, it's more for your bedroom when they are still sleeping in your room. It is not always easy to be able to go in their room in the middle of the night and get everything that you need, especially if they are sharing a room with an older sibling like our kids will be. So tip number 6 is to have one of these little portable carts. I did not have one of these with Bella, but even so far it has been a lifesaver, and he's not even here yet, for the fact of I can sit here or lay in bed, actually, reach over and pull it, and it, well, last time it was a lot easier than that. It just comes right over, and you can just have everything stored right next to you instead of having to find a spot to store it in their room. So like my breastfeeding stuff doesn't have to be in their room. The extra things like burp cloths, onesies, this stuff isn't taking up room in their room because it's being stored in here for me to use at night. So that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification next to it if you want to be notified the next time I upload. Bye guys.